Welcome to Verbal Quick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life and we are everyday people like to welcome you all to the show. Look, I just got through watching Don Lemon's report on Marvin Gaye titled "What's Going On." Don Lemon from CNN, the anchor. He had Smokey Robinson on. He had Marvin Gaye's sister on there, Spike Lee, Maxwell, member of the Funk Brothers band group. And they were talking about how iconic and how prophetic Marvin was within his music, and they touched base on him and Tammy Terrell as well. And I'm not getting into the entertainment part of it or the musical part of the show dedicated to Marvin Gaye titled "What's Going On." I'm more interested in the 50 years later after that album, that what Marvin saw, and he so wonderfully wrote about it and put it to music, and we still facing the same issues: police brutality, the oil spills, fish full of mercury, the atmosphere, i.e. global warming, climate change, climate control. I mean, all of that is prevalent to today's time. Somebody said that they wanted the leaders of America, the fathers of America, to give justice or give justice to minorities within America. And it dawned on me that whose responsibility is it to make sure justice is rendered? Can we as a people actually depend upon the colonist or the colonizer to give us justice? Is it even in him to give us justice? Will it benefit him and his plight to give us justice? Right? And has the cry for justice just become, has it been packaged and sold? Has it created its own product? Like, we know you're not going to ever receive justice, but the fact that you crying out for it, then you got people that's going to talk about it, and then, you can make money off of it or whatever, but you never get justice. But the fact that you free enough to talk about justice. And we seeing evidence of that playing out now. It's played out. People don't want to just talk about justice no more because people are tired of the dead bodies. They want actual justice. So how do you achieve actual justice in a society where the leaders or the fathers of the country don't want to give their ex-slaves justice? Especially in a race-based country, black and brown and Asians, discrimination is being faced every day. Do you really think the one or the colonizer, is it even in his best interest to give everyone justice? Especially when he's putting out reports himself saying that his population is shrinking and he will be the minority in just a few years. It's not what's going on, which is wonderful, but today it should be what's going wrong. What are we doing wrong as a people? Right? What unity? You mean after 50 years Marvin Gaye talking about unity, and we haven't unified yet. Why can't we unify? Is there someone playing a divide and conquer game that's keeping us disunified? And if he's using the same tricks to keep us disunified, why is it still being effective among us? That says a lot about us as a people. What the hell are we doing? We can't get over the hump. Well, why can't we get over the hump? You know, we're not putting our resources in creating businesses. We're not owning whole blocks. You know, what knowledge is being pushed out there? And do we have people who claim to have our best interests in heart, but really their agenda is just to kick the issue down the road and just keep kicking it and hope it don't get solved because they got jobs and they get hired positions just by kicking the rock down the road? You know, that's the new job. But the people are tired of that and they want some real live change. And now you can tell that the people are crying out for real change, because if you look at the opposing forces, they coming up with all kind of new laws, whether it be laws on protest laws, voter right laws that they're changing about, you know, just totally showing us their way on how they intend to fight back the rise of a people who's been oppressed and don't want to be oppressed no more, because the people don't see any value in the oppressor. They can't see why the oppressor feels like they're more special or more valuable than the oppressed, because the oppressed has been around the oppressor for over 400 years, studied him in and out, and found out that there's nothing about him that makes you want to continue to be discriminated against by him or treated as a second-class citizen, because you don't see him as a first-class citizen, right? Through his actions, and especially after January the 6th, tearing up the Capitol building, police officer died, all the mass shootings, the racism. So it's like, well, we don't see you as first-class citizens. You know, we don't see you as being higher than the oppressed. So what should the oppressed do at this point? Is the true question. And when I say oppressed people, I'm talking about minorities and black people in particular. I'm talking about us. What are we going to do? It's a shame, and it should be an insult when someone comes and shows you that you have made little progress in 50 years. That's ridiculous. Back 50 years ago, it was churches on every corner. You had poverty 50 years ago. Food deserts 50 years ago. Lack of jobs 50 years ago. Lack of black-owned businesses. Lack of black-owned home ownership 50 years ago. Right? Poor educational system 50 years ago. Right? Now, Detroit, it surprises me because a lot of people that came out of Detroit was influenced by the Nation of Islam, including musicians. Take that knowledge. See, we wanted to entertain. We wanted to prove to the world and show off our talents and hope that by us doing so, we'd be loved. Now, they did love our music and our entertainment skills, but they found the way to divide, to separate that from us. Yeah, I like this record, I like this song, but I don't like you. And you like, well, hell, I'm the one singing the song. Yeah, but no, I have you on this album, and that's all I need. I don't need the physical you. I just need your voice on this album so I can play in my Smoke Easies and in my juke joints and my clubs and my ballroom, and I don't need you. I just need your music on this album. I'm going to divide the man from the music. And they were successful at that. Right? We're like, wow, and here go you some money for it. And we're like, okay, it's a living. We'll keep making music. They'll keep paying us. Although we'll die broke because the agents are taking the money. And the cycle just kept repeating itself. And 50 years later, and the same problems exist. And don't get me wrong, we are the people who built pyramids and built first universities, and we done so much. Why is it so hard for us to unite? And I'm not talking about everybody getting together in one place and calling that unification. I'm speaking on unified in respective to honor, in respective to a knowledge of self, in which we all know who we are, what we want, what we expect, and how we're going to be treated, what we're going to allow. Creating a culture, a black culture, right? To where we know and love all our black greats, from Noble Drew Ali to Marcus Garvey to Martin Luther King to H. Rap Brown to Fred Hampton to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to Minister Farrakhan to Malcolm X. We love all of them. Rosa Parks, Ida B. Wells, you name it, we love them all. They belong to us. We don't see no difference. Anybody that can come up and say, come on, revolutionary time, let's build the mind. Mary McLeod Bethune, build the mind, right? Bethune-Cookman, so many great minds that we had. Clarence 13X, that Silas Muhammad. Knowledge is knowledge. Let's build. Sitting here arguing over who the best leader. We picking sides, and we can't unite and build together. And see, that's where it's gonna start. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's gonna start with those who claim to be part of the conscious community. Man, the worst thing you can ever do is have a Hebrew Israelite going against NOI, or have an RBG, you know what I mean, going against the Pan-Africanists, or have a this going against it. Man, we are trying to find common ground. Look, because within that culture, within that Moorish culture, is something that the NOI could learn to build from. And in the NOI culture is something that the Moors can learn and build together. It's like trading. We got to look at our prospective organizations and groups as countries. When I step into a Moorish science temple, I'm going into their country, and what you got that I can extract from, bring back to my people, and we can build on. Right? And what I got in my community that you could come grab and take it back to your community and build on. Because it's about enhancement. See, it's dull when all you got is just your thing. Example. When you got a type of shell, right, or beads or stone or something that's you can only get in the Virgin Islands, right? And you travel and you bring that back to the States, right? And you sell that. People want it because it's rare. We doing business now, right? Then if I got something in the States that they don't have, I'm going to bring that back, sell it over there, because that's Israel, something they can't get. And at the same time, we learn each other's culture and we building. We building something with each other. That's what it's about. You know, that's what we should. I don't care what organization or group you calling yourself, because I'm part of an organization and part of a group. Only thing I'm interested in is, can we unite, create, and build something together, right? On a specific code, on a code. That way, when somebody pops up and says, I got this product from this corporation, right? And the damn thing fell apart, right? Because once that statement is made, it's going to create disunity, disharmony, right? Somebody got to be wise enough and say, okay, come on, you and me, since you purchased it, and me as a witness, let's go down to said organization that sold you this and bring the pieces with you, and let's put it on the table so they can go through and say, hey man, is this your work? And when they look at it, he can say, nah, we don't even use these are strings we use to hold it together. Where you get that from? It's not even ours. Right now, you know, oh, okay, so we got a snitch among us, or we got somebody who trying to tear down the unity. And then we can question that one way: who sent you to start this disharmony amongst this group? Because you're gonna always have those who are loyal to the colonizer. You question them. Wait, why would you even, want to destroy something so beautiful as far as unifying when it's taking us so long just to even sit at the table together, right? And you deal with that person. So it could be known to the other would be this harmonizers that don't come over here with that BS. We actually really trying to do something to save lives or for the benefit of the lives of not only ourselves, but our next generations that's coming up. Because there's always ways and methods, right? Yeah, because that's what being a diplomat is about, man. Don't let these movies. I take that back. Some of these movies are meant to send out a message and hope you get it. But it's how you interpret it. Right. When you see brothers shooting up each other who had a dispute. But at the end of the movie, you see that they both lost. One did, one locked up. Right. Okay. You're supposed to learn from that. So what you were supposed to learn is that, hey, look, this is what you do, right? Somebody got to be an arbitrator. We got to sit down and be diplomatic about what went on, because what happens is since the slavery, we've been taught to act on emotions and not analytically. So what's supposed to happen is we're supposed to sit down at a table and be diplomatic about it and say, okay, well, this is the grievance. We finna sit down and we're going to get down to the bottom of it. And at the end, we're going to find a way to where everybody can walk away in agreement with whatever decision was rendered to make things right again. Not get emotional, go grab a gun and shoot up everybody because your feelings hurt or you felt like you've been wrong, but you don't have the full details and facts, right? Because a lot of times when you finally get down to the full details and facts, you find out it wasn't what you thought. And you like, damn, man, I thought, why you just didn't go to the brother and talk and see what it was, right? You just jumped out on emotions and wound up killing somebody, but didn't have all the facts. We trying to avoid that, right? Because you was an earner. This guy is an earner with brilliant minds, that both of y'all could have came together and opened up a place and hired some of the people from the community. But you got one gone, one locked up, and these two brilliant minds that's taken away from the community. And when I say the black community, I mean the black community as a whole. I ain't talking about neighborhoods. That's just geographically where you located. That's not the big picture. I know they say, it's a game. They'll say, throw your hood up, right? You throw your hood up. Then somebody gonna come make a T-shirt and sell it out the store of this hood. Somebody gonna make a T-shirt and sell it out in the store of another hood. And somebody gonna find a way to make it to where these two hoods are going at it with each other. Divide and conquer, they mastered that game. Right? So it ain't about just your hood. When the black community is bigger than where you stay, the black community is worldwide. The black community is in Cuba. It's in the Dominican. It's in the Panama. It's in St. John. It's in St. Thomas. It's in Jamaica. It's in Africa. It's in Texas. It's in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? It's in California, Atlanta. It's in New York. It's in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? It's in Philly. Black community worldwide, man. It's in Chicago. It's in New York. It's all over. Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Black community, wherever you find a black person on the planet. If you black and you on the planet, you naturally part of the black community. In Haiti, don't matter. In Mexico, all the black community. We are one fam. We need to start trading and doing business with each other on a business mindset, right? Not on a street mindset. On a business mindset first. Then you can incorporate whatever flavor you want to put on it. You see what I'm saying? Build a cake first, man. That's what I'm saying. Make the cake first, right? Then once you make the cake first, if your street like I don't know, almonds on the cake, then that's your street thing. Put almonds on the cake. Who cares? Some folks like almonds, some folks don't like almonds. Ain't about to worry about that. It's just the fact that can you come together to build the damn cake? Build the car. It's like can you build a car? Okay, you might like your street like peanut butter insides, right? Your street might like white insides, right? Who cares on the inside? Just get the engine in the damn car and make sure the car can be driven. That's all that matters. Get the car first. Put the motor in the car first. Then we can argue about seat colors. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. Verbal Pick Radio. We're out.